Come chat, come play a chat.
Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
Delicious things to eat.
The popcorn can't be beat. The sparkling drinks are just dandy. The chocolate bars and the candy. So let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
I meant to change the background and I changed the intro instead.
Yeah, I was going to say it's not movie night. That's all right. I figured pretty much that's what you did. Probably forgot or you was probably trying to switch it and did the wrong one.
Yeah, because I noticed the background was movie night and I thought, oh, that's not it. And I went down looking for another background. Instead, I was hitting the videos.
Yep.
Yeah,
It
anyway.
can't be any worse than Finkel. He leaves stuff up there and forgets that he needs to change it himself. So no big deal. Making me a
It was
coffee.
amazing. It was amazing how long it'll take him to
Figure it out.
notice a logo or something.
Yeah. I was gonna pop it in there, but I was like, I'll wait. Maybe I'll leave it there and see if he sees it and see if he uses it. I have no idea.
I put them up. We'll see if it's still there. Yeah, it's like sometimes whatever one you're using will be there again the next time. Then sometimes it changes. It's I
Weird,
don't
yeah.
know.
Yeah. I tried to reset the page and that didn't help me either. I still couldn't see what I had put in there. And I know I was on the right page, man.
Yeah,
Only
you were
three-
definitely.
he's only got 3 pages there. So
Yeah,
or whatever it's called. 3 StreamYards or
I know. I was trying to remember what they called him too.
I'm gonna call them StreamYards. So but I have no idea.
Well, welcome everybody.
Yeah. All of y'all. Crazy how they all come rushing in all at once.
Man, I slept all afternoon. No idea why.
I wish I could. My dog does, and then he stays up all night. It drives me crazy. He had me up like at 3. I let him out. He went out for a little bit. He comes back in, right? And like 10, 15 minutes later, he wakes me right back up, man. He wants to go back out again, man. Little bastard. I yelled at him. Cut that shit out. So what happens with him is, right, he'll be sleeping, right? It'll be like 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock. I come up. He does not want to get up, right? Takes him forever to get up. He's got to stretch. He's got to do this whole routine. Then he's lost. He's confused. He knows nothing. Sometimes he makes it up the steps. Sometimes I got to help him. But once he's up here, right, he goes outside. So he'll go pee or whatever. I don't know if it's the fresh air or what. He comes back in. He's wide open, man. That dude, he's got all kind of energy. He's ready to go, man. Then he don't want to go to sleep. That's what I got to deal with every night.
Did you happen to watch civil rights lawyer in the last hour.
No.
I see he's got one up. It says cop choked a biker to death, and then they claimed that the guy OD'd.
Did you see the thing about that black guy that run the cop over?
No.
Oh, well, we need to look at that and maybe talk about that for a little bit. So he goes to court. There's 30 police officers there, and they're all staring him down like to intimidate him.
Yeah.
He looks them all down, and he's like talking shit to them or whatever. And yeah, this guy does not care. It's a black man. I don't know the whole story. Something happened with a kid, a football player or something, and then I guess he went and got revenge or something. I don't know. I was doing something else while they was explaining that to me. My buddy Nick. I'm trying to think of the guy's name. Starts with an H, the last name. I'm on my phone, so I can't look nothing up. Hinton, I think is his last name.
Okay.
Is there a Hinton?
Must be
Something like that?
this.
Hey, Howard. Yeah, I can't read that. His this stupid share your referral link blocks the chat on me.
Huh.
On the phone.
If there's a
I mean, I can see the chats, I just can't see the last one.
yeah, it doesn't look like you can get rid of it.
No, I tried. Yeah, I already tried that.
I used to always hate that with that heart in the YouTube chat.
Right, because
Like-
it blocks you. Yeah, it does.
Yeah. Okay, here's the CBS News about that guy.
To Ohio
Okay.
now, where authorities say a man intentionally struck and killed a sheriff's deputy the day after the suspect's teenage son was fatally shot by police. In his first court appearance this weekend, Rodney Hinton Jr. walked through a room packed with law enforcement officers. CBS's Lisa Rosner is tracking the latest developments for us tonight. Lisa.
Jerika, the deputy killed has not been identified, but fellow law enforcement describe him as a fantastic officer and
Oh, of
person.
course.
Yeah. He
Law
never did nothing
enforcement
wrong.
is grieving one of their own. The sheriff's deputy was directing traffic at a local university graduation Friday when he was struck.
The officer was just out doing his job, directing traffic up near the University of Cincinnati.
The alleged driver is 38-year-old Rodney Hinton. He is the father of a teen fatally shot by Cincinnati police on Thursday. That teen was 18-year-old Ryan Hinton. Police say he was armed and running away from a stolen vehicle when another officer opened fire. Police body cam footage of the shooting was shared with the teen's family the same day the deputy was struck. Prosecutors allege this was no accident.
There are no evidence of skid marks. There are no evidence that he tried to avoid him.
More than 30 members of the sheriff's department filled the courtroom for Hinton's arraignment. His attorney addressed the crowd.
I understand that there is a lot of sadness and a lot of anger in this room right now, but in the community at large.
We have a deputy that's killed simply doing his job. It's a shame. It's tragic.
Rodney Hinton has been charged with aggravated murder and was denied bond. Jerika?
Lisa Rosner with those details. Thank you.
Highly qualified nurses are in high demand.
Okay.
There you go.
So I have a couple of thoughts on it.
Yep.
I don't know how justified the shooting is of the kid who's
Right.
running away, but that would depend on circumstances of whether it was right to think he presented a danger. You can understand the father being upset and all that. But you know, all those cops standing in that little courtroom,
Right.
they're singing, imagine somebody had killed like a gang member. Do you think a judge is going to let 30 Crips stand to intimidate the guy?
Right.
Or even anybody, you know, like if it was like 30 people from the Baptist church or something, yeah, I don't think a judge would allow that to happen.
Well, at this point, the guy's son is gone. He doesn't give a shit. He doesn't care.
Yeah,
He took my son, I took his life. I'm not saying it's right, but I could see why people would do something like that. People get tired of the same bull crap. We see it every day. Again, I don't know the situation. I can't tell. I don't know if he was a good kid, a bad kid, whether he pointed the gun at somebody. I have no idea. Did he really have a gun? I don't know.
Yeah, that little clip they showed, it was hard to see if he really had something in his hand.
You know, people get shot with cell phones in their hands all the time.
Yeah. We know if that guy goes to prison, it's going to be like, what'd you do? Killed a cop. Oh, come over here and sit by me.
And even if they, you know, where did it say where it was?
I do not remember.
I don't, depending on where he's at, you know.
Howard said the father said that the kid never had a gun.
They should know. The family should, the immediate family should know.
Let me see if I can find a.
But this is on everything, on every channel, every news, every what have you. The social platform has been talking about it. And, you know, the big orange guy signed some papers saying, you know, it's okay if they shoot you, they still have immunity. It doesn't matter whether they're right or wrong about it.
Okay, it's in Ohio,
Okay.
Cincinnati.
I'd say there's probably a big population of black folks there. In the
Yeah.
city. Well, I ain't never been to Ohio myself. I'm just guessing.
Guess there are actually 4 of them running from the car. Being held without bail, of course.
Yeah, they're not gonna give him bail.
Cincinnati police said his son appeared to point a gun at an officer while fleeing. But the officer's body camera does not clearly capture the moment.
Right. And we know plenty of instances where people have been running away from the cops, and the cops just shoot them in the back while they're running. Yeah. Because it was a threat to their life, someone evading. I don't know. Again, I don't know.
I know. I know they're not allowed to shoot just because they're running away, but
they do. They tase you all the time too, and they're not supposed to be tasing. They're not supposed to tase you just because. It's supposed to be some kind of threat.
Yep.
Well, he wasn't listening to me. He didn't get out the car, so I tased him.
Yeah.
And now the guy's dead because he got a heart attack from you tasing the shit out of him.
I remember that one from a year or 2 ago now where they tased that old guy in like the doorway of his apartment because the neighbor lady said he was being loud.
Okay.
And the cop ended up just tasing him. And I can't remember now if he died or like had a stroke or something. But when he was tased and he was laying like in the hallway then, and the cop went in and took this club that the guy had off of a shelf and laid it next to the body. So when the paramedics would come and they'd see that club, it looked like he attacked them.
Right. Let's see what's happening out here. I hear a ruckus outside. Stupid dogs, they never shut up. I don't see nothing. No, but dogs. Sounded like someone was driving through my yard. I don't see nobody. If it was, I already know who it is. There's only one person that does that.
Neighbor.
Yeah, he's an a-hole. And I'll tell him in his face. And then he just says it back to me. He wonders why no one likes him. I mean, I get along with him just fine. It's not a problem.
India attacked Pakistan.
They shoot some kind of bombs, missiles.
Yeah, it says launches strikes. So yeah, it must have been.
India's got nukes. You know that, right?
Yeah, well, so does Pakistan.
Oh, I thought they didn't have. Pakistan didn't have. They do? Okay.
Yeah, I think they have a couple.
Yeah.
I
they're not-
remember,
I don't think they're that dumb to do that, though.
yeah, I remember seeing, I don't remember who like the actor was, whoever it was, that was on the talk show years ago, and he had visited the White House. And this is back during the Obama years. And he said, he had asked Obama, what worries you the most? Something like that. And Obama said, Pakistan.
Mm.
I guess they worry that if that ever started blowing up, it could just spread all over them.
Yeah.
You know, they used to be part of the same country.
Pakistan and who?
India, when the British ruled, Pakistan was actually part of India. And then Pakistan and East Pakistan broke off. This was back in like the 60s or so.
Right.
And then East Pakistan was like, we're on separate sides of India. Why are we part of this country? And East Pakistan became Bangladesh.
Oh,
But,
okay.
like Pakistan, the Pakistanis, were mostly Muslim,
Right.
and like a lot of them, they actually migrated north to Pakistan from India.
Mute up for 30 seconds. Give me a minute.
It's like you watch some of those old movies about India, and like Gunga Din or something, and they would talk about their army going somewhere, and I know what it is, Khyber Pass, and I'm pretty sure. Let me look so I'm not wrong, but I think the Khyber Pass is now actually in Afghanistan.
Oh, okay.
Oh no, okay, it says a mountain pass in Pakistan. Okay.
Yeah. I know there's a mixture of those people too. Does Pakistan run up against Russia?
No.
Oh.
I forget. I'm never good at picturing geography.
No, I don't.
Let's check. Let's check this out. It's only like a 2-minute story.
Yeah, go ahead.
See if they say why they felt they needed to attack.
We want to go back to India's strike on Pakistan. Pakistani officials say at least one child is dead and 2 others are injured after 2 other people are injured after India struck parts of Pakistan and Pakistan-controlled Kashmir. Let's go to CBS News producer Arshad Zargar from New Delhi. Arshad, what's the latest and how do we get here?
Lindsay, the Indian Defense Ministry has confirmed that they have carried out strikes on at least 9 sites which have been targeted in Pakistan-controlled Kashmir and Pakistan. What is interesting to see here is that not just the sites in Pakistan-occupied, Pakistan-controlled Kashmir have been targeted, but in the Pakistan mainland as well. This is not what had happened in 2019 when India carried out airstrikes on in Pakistan-controlled Kashmir. And in what India is saying is that they're insisting that they have not targeted any Pakistani military facilities. And to quote from their statement, it says that India has demonstrated considerable restraint in selection of targets and method of execution. What we also know is that India's national security advisor has spoken with U.S. national security advisor and Secretary of State to sort of take them into confidence, to let them know that they have taken this action. In response, Pakistan, we are not aware of any Pakistani air action as of now, but the Indian Army says that there have been cross-border fighting in at least 5 sectors along the line of control, which is a de facto border between India and Pakistan. Let me point out that this cross-border fighting was going on for the past 11 days as well.
Wow. Okay. Ashad Zargar, apologize for interrupting you, but that's all the time we have. Thank you for catching us up to speed.
Could we use your house to trial?
I'm pretty sure that guy that was just talking tried to sell me extended car insurance. But I don't know if you saw, they showed the map there. India or Pakistan borders Afghanistan and Iran.
Yeah.
It's funny because I was going to look at the map right after that was done, and they showed it.
Right. Well, she cut him off too because he wanted to say some more.
Yeah.
She was like, well, not that important. You're just blowing yourselves up over there. We don't care.
Yeah. Okay, now we'll go back to white people news.
Yes. Howard wants to know if there's a movie night movie.
Yeah, we'll probably do something Monday night. Should I find a download of McClintock so we could finish watching that?
Yeah, we can do that.
Might be one out there somewhere besides that. Of course, I think from that other site, it seemed like it was a pretty clear picture. I noticed some of them, they're kind of fuzzy.
Must be hot. Yeah, the way they they're 720 or higher resolution or what have you. Yeah. Yeah, you got to try to get the better one. Oh, Kim, okay. I think I know what you're talking about. What's his name? Long Kim, whatever his name is. Screw that up. I think give me a second, it's gonna come to me. His name is used to be on Mad TV. He has that podcast. Lee's his last name. Rudyard Kipling. Oh, okay. looking at something here real quick. Yeah. Let's see. Oh, Bobby, he played a comedian. He did a movie of like a comedy of Kim there. But I think this guy's talking about something else.
Howard's talking about a Rudyard Kipling.
Yeah.
book.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so I always liked, what was it? I just mentioned it before. But it's Gunga Din. That was a Kipling. I did that movie with Cary Grant.
Okay.
Jungle Book was Kipling also.
Was it?
Yeah.
The animation?
Well, the story. He wrote the book.
Oh, okay. Oh, I had no idea.
Just think, whenever he was writing that stuff, that's just like Edgar Rice Burroughs with Tarzan. You know, people at the time didn't know a whole lot about those places.
Right.
Pretty much whatever they wrote, people accepted that that's the way it was there, you know?
Yeah, the exotic places, they don't know. Now it's a push of a button, you're there, right? Before you actually had to go get on a boat or some plane or whatever, or it'd take you months before you got there.
Yeah.
Let's see. Yeah. What year was Huck Finn, the movie? You know,
Yeah. I think the original might have been the 30s.
I think so, right?
You know, that's one of those ones that just, it's like the stupidity of people who want to, what's the word I want? Well, like being censor, you know?
Oh, yeah.
They don't like Huck Finn because Nigger Joe, is that what his friend was called?
I believe that's what his name is in the movie. In the book too, yeah.
Yeah, I know it was Nigger something. I think it was Joe. And so people are against that. It's like, You know, oh, you can't have that in school. And it's like, no, let them read it in school, and then you explain to them
Right.
this
Why?
is the way people talked back then, and also note the fact that him and Huck were best friends. You know,
Right.
so it's like,
Right.
yeah, they should read things that are semi-controversial.
Yeah. It's a good story.
Yeah,
I've always liked Huck Finn. What's the other boy's name?
Tom Sawyer.
Tom Sawyer. Okay. Yeah. That is what's his name? Wrote that. He's from
Mark
Connecticut.
Twain.
Yeah. He's got a house over there in Hartford.
Hmm.
I forget
Do
where
you
he
know?
I know he's not from there, but he is from there though.
Do you know how he took the name Mark Twain? Because
No.
of course his real name was Samuel Clemens.
Okay.
It might have been. Don't quote me on this. Might have been from like Illinois or something. I think he actually worked paddle boats for a while. But what they used to do, because you know the Mississippi, it was like the bed was always shifting. You know, you couldn't like count on the fact that you
Right.
went down the river this way today and it's going to be like that tomorrow. So they'd be going, they'd have a weighted rope that they would throw down off the bow and see the depth of the water. You know, it'd be like marked off every so often.
Mhm.
And 20 feet, they called it Twain. And the
Oh,
guy would throw the rope off and he'd go, Mark Twain.
right.
And that's
Yeah.
what he took his name from.
Genius. He was born Samuel Langhorne Clements. Yeah.
I was just
My name
just
too.
looking him up
If I was
too.
a Leghorn.
He's from Missouri. He was born in Missouri.
Missouri. Yeah. Yeah. Florida, Missouri. Missouri. It says 2 there, but I don't know if it's the town is Florida and it's in Missouri. Missouri.
That's what I'm thinking. That's the name of the town.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a village in Monroe County, Missouri.
You don't hear of a lot of guys named Langhorne these days.
No. But he did die in Connecticut, though.
Yeah, that's where they lived.
Yeah, Reading. He's got a house there in Hartford, right off of it's right in downtown, close to Park Avenue, where all the Puerto Ricans and Dominicans live.
Connecticut Yankee. Was that a Mark Twain, Howard?
Connecticut Yankee, I wonder.
Connecticut Yankee in King Arthur's Court. That was a good story. The guy, I think the guy was like at a bicycle shop or something, and he gets transported back in time to King Arthur time.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, the one movie that I liked is the that Jack the Ripper movie where he travels in time and the guy's
Oh yeah,
something about time, right? Something in time.
yeah. I was thinking, yeah, something like time was in the
Yeah.
title. That should be easy enough to Google.
That's a good movie, man. That one. I think. He
Yeah,
goes
I
like
haven't
to
seen it in a long
80
time.
Was it like 85 or something? 1985 or something like that. Yeah, we got Ivan.
Time After Time,
Time After Time. Okay.
1979. That was an H.G. Wells story.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think so. Yeah. H.G. Wells did the 20,000 Leagues, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
and I always liked Time Machine. Oh yeah, Ivanhoe. The whole oh God, Waverly Chronicles. There's a bunch of good stories in that, Howard.
Yeah, Ivanhoe's just down the street from here, about half hour or so.
What does she charge?
I don't know. It's the whole name of the town, though. That's where my buddy lives. There's nothing there. They have a big every year. They have like a real big bluegrass festival, real big.
Yeah.
All kind of people show up. Yeah, they play music like for a whole week or so. They got tractor pulls and all kind of stuff going on.
Okay, I think that must be the one I heard of. I didn't know that was the name of the town.
Yeah, the name of the town is Ivanhoe. Yeah.
There was a guy that used to come and play at the library in the summers for our kids program, and he said about going to that bluegrass festival down there.
Yeah, it's big, man. Yeah, they bring a lot of good acts.
I always like bluegrass.
Yeah, I like it too. Yeah, you can have fun with it. It's like fun music.
Yeah. It was Alison Krauss. Loved her.
Yeah, I can't name nobody right now.
I know she's the only one I could think of, but I know there's. I don't know. Was what was their name that did the Beverly Hillbillies? Flatt and Scruggs. Were they bluegrass or just country?
Well, I think they have played some bluegrass. I think that whole Scruggs or whatever their name, that whole family has played bluegrass. I'm trying to think of their names at the moment. I can't. They're like from around here though. These areas, my parts. Like a whole family of brothers, and they all sing. They sing country music, but they sing bluegrass. I used to work with this guy, and he loved bluegrass. A guy from Connecticut, and I'm trying to think of some Grammy Award winner was a real good friend of his, and that guy would always come and visit him. I don't know why, but this guy was a Vietnam vet. Statler Brothers, yeah. I think that's them, Howard.
Oh yeah.
And they sing gospel too. They sing a little bit of everything, man.
Yeah, I remember them. I remember one of them had that real deep voice.
Yeah. Like the Oak Ridge Boys there. They had the guy with the deep
Yeah.
dig a little deeper in the well. Yes. You know the song Big Bad John? I know that's not a bluegrass song.
Oh yeah. Yeah, James Dean, wasn't it? Jimmy Dean, rather.
Dean, is it? Okay. That's a good one.
I think that's who sang that.
Yeah,
John.
I listened to
Big Bad John.
Yeah, Big Bad John. Because I saw there the well there, so I was just thinking of that. I got an old radio station out here, and they play that one all the time, from time to time. Though they throw it on there. They play a lot of good oldies. They mix it up pretty good. I mean, they get into maybe some of the 80s. They don't do no 90s. Maybe early 80s and 70s, 60s, 50s. Pretty much what it is.
Yeah, it was Jimmy Dean.
Okay.
Took a break from making sausages to write that song.
Okay, yeah. He's like, no pork sausages, Mom, please. I gotta write a song.
Every morning at 9, you could see him arrive. He stood 6'6" and weighed 245.
Yeah.
Kind of broad at the shoulder and narrow at the hip, and everybody knew you didn't give no lip to Big John. Big John. Big John. Big Bad John.
Yeah, they don't make songs like that anymore. I should write a song about Big Bad John and turn it into an urban, modern day song.
About Big Fink. You know, I wrote that one song, I can't remember what it was, that I think I did it to put to music to one of Finkel's videos of protest, but I was able to use the melody from another song. I can't remember what it was, but
did you? Okay,
that might be might be interesting if you could do it to the actual Big John melody.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forget what it was that I did. I might be able to see it.
I'm gonna see if it'll do it for me here. See if I have my thing open though. I don't know. I may have closed it before we came on. And that's still open. I wrote a great song. You wouldn't understand. It's all in Spanish, but I wrote a damn hit song, bro. Let me tell you.
You know, I like that you assume that I'm not going to.
Oh, I'm not saying you wouldn't like the list, but I'm just saying you're not going to understand what it's saying.
Well, I mean, but you assume that I don't know any Spanish.
Oh, okay. Do you know any?
I mean, Mexican? I don't know any Spanish. That guy I was talking about that does all the, like racial stuff.
Yeah.
He was saying, I saw another short clip of his. He said about, sometimes he says you can be accidentally racist. He says like he has a property that he rents out, and there's a Mexican family that lives in there, and they had cockroaches. So he called a exterminator, and the exterminator was Spanish. And I think anyway, and of course he said he speaks some Spanish, and so he said what he said to the exterminator.
Yeah.
He said, and apparently what I said to him was, "Can you spray for Mexicans?"
Yeah. Yeah, I don't have that kind of spray, buddy. What are you spraying with? It can't be hot sauce, can't be pepper spray, because they eat that shit up.
You'll be attracting more of them.
Oh, pepper spray? Oh, I put that on my eggs every morning.
Carlos, come over here.
Yeah.
Hmm. I don't see whatever that song was. That's gonna be sticking with me now, trying to remember what that was I did that I was able to put. I think what I did was I wrote the lyrics, and because it was like if you did like Big John and you'd put, Big Sarge, Big Bad Sarge, like I did that kind of a thing with it, And I
Right.
think I went to Refusion and said, put it to the tune of that song, and it worked.
Oh, cool. I'm gonna try it. Let's see what it does. I'm just writing up my prompt first before I can do anything. See what it gives me.
I can't even remember for sure if it was something, if it was one of Finkel's videos or if it was something about Todd or just what it was that it.
Did you get to play it? Did you ever play it?
Yeah.
Or no? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I was looking to see if I could see it in my, because I have a AI song playlist, but didn't look like it's anything in there.
Okay. Now the one you made for me, that you made that one, right? That was a good song, man.
Yeah.
I like it. Yeah.
I thought it came out pretty good, and that's
yeah.
probably the only one that I have put to rap, and I thought it sounded pretty cool.
No, it was good. It was good. I enjoyed it, man. It was like good melody and funny and everything at the same time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It had it all in there. Okay. Howard got jokes. I don't know if he was reading that. I'm waiting for the punchline.
Well, that's what I was waiting for him to put the whole thing in.
Yeah, he's probably got another line and then the punchline.
Wonder.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Very good, Howard.
Oh, that's what it was. Streets of Flagler. I did a thing on Jeff Gray getting arrested in Flagler. And so I did Streets of Flagler to the tune of Streets of Laredo.
Yeah. Song's called Think. Dern Sun for Today. Dern Sun for Today, whatever that means. But, yeah. Let's see what I can do. What kind of fun we could have.
Every time I think of the stories of genie giving you wishes or any of those things where you get a wish.
Yeah.
I was like, if that would happen in real life, I'd be paranoid about it because so many of those stories, it's like, okay, give me $1 million, and then a guy shows up at the door from the insurance company for a check for $1 million because it was your mother's life insurance or something. Your mother, right. They'll do that kind of thing where it's
you was gonna get it regardless, right? But
no, it's like you killed your mother.
Well, that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
The money's got to come from somewhere. It really isn't magical. So that's the thing. And what do people always wish for? Because they're greedy, right?
Yeah, it's always going to be money. Yep.
Then there's the other one where he wanted to be like the black guy because he was well endowed, and so the genie just turned him black, bro. He didn't give him a big one. He just made him black, man. He said you wanted to be just like him, man. That's a funny one.
I want to live forever, and then you're in a car accident, and you're a quadriplegic, and live forever that way.
Right. It's like my buddy, right? He tells me that he's not gonna die, right? And I tell him that's fine, Yeah, you may never die. I have no idea.
Yeah.
But I say to him all the time, you realize that you can die, right? You do know that, right? He goes, oh yeah. I said, okay, just making sure. I don't want you to step in front of a train or anything and be stupid. Okay, as long as you know you can die, because you're immortal like everyone else. But you can say, I don't know. They may come out with something in his time and he never died, right? I have no idea, bro.
I've said to people before when they go, well, everybody dies. I say, well, that has not been scientifically proven. Because not everybody has yet died.
That's right.
And you're right, Howard, magic does come with a price. He ended up with AIDS.
Yep. Well, he never really had AIDS. He had HIV.
I was just going to say, yeah, not actually AIDS, yeah.
Two different things, but yeah.
You're nerdy.
No redoings. We don't redo no stinking redos. We just move on. All right, I got the song. I just got to get and see if I can get a good prompt where I can't put the name of that. I can't put. It's telling me to the tune.
I might have.
Yeah, it's not gonna. I can't use that name or Jimmy Dean's name because it's gonna boot me out.
I might have got away with Streets of Laredo because that's probably public. What's the word? It's such an old song. It's public domain.
Well, this is an old one too. Maybe it may go through.
Well, but it wouldn't be old enough to be public domain, I don't think. But never can tell. It'd be cool if it works.
All right, it's gonna make me a. It is gonna make me a prompt. Some kind of country rap type prompt. Now, this I'll say about AI. It kind of gets used to you and it kind of knows how you think. So it kind of gives you the same shit all the time. That I don't like. Like, how does it know that I want a rap song? I didn't want a rap song.
I will just say this about AI. AI is our friend. And I could not think of anything negative that I would say about AI.
Do you hear me, AI? AI is always listening, man. Hilarious. And I don't know what it's doing. It did something and then it didn't do nothing. Yeah, I didn't see that, Nerdy.
Yeah, the new Canadian Prime Minister visited, and they were in the Oval Office, and a reporter asked Trump about Canada becoming the very 51st state, and he was again saying, well, it would be to their benefit. I love that he says their taxes would go down. I don't know why that would be.
Well,
And he always mentions they'd have better health care. But anyway, then the Canadian Prime Minister said, well, Canada's not for sale.
I don't think my taxes are going down. That's all I got to say about that. If anything, everything got more expensive. You heard me talking about the insurance last night.
Yeah.
More it costs. All right, let me give this thing a listen, and then if it's good, I'll play it.
No, Nerdy, I lived in a place with an outhouse for, what was it? For about 4 or 5 years when I was a kid. We had running water, but not an indoor toilet.
All right, this is a good song. I don't know how it sticks to the thing, but we're going to listen to both of them because it's great. I only make greatness, right? That's what we claim over here. Yeah, I have a house outside too. I got indoor plumbing and I just go outside, pee on the grass, and I have a bucket.
Yeah. Well, like when I was
you put a toilet on the bucket and you can just sit on it like a regular toilet.
When I was a kid, if you walked around town, you'd still see a lot of outhouses and backyards.
Well,
Nobody
here,
was using them, but it just hadn't been torn down yet.
Yeah, if you go out in the country here, matter of fact, there's a church not too far from here. And when you drive by the church, you can see one says his and the other one says hers. There's two houses out there side by side. Yeah, there's still houses out here, even though they have indoor plumbing. But that church probably doesn't have indoor plumbing at all. The church probably been there forever.
The one we had was a fancy one because it was a 2-stall.
Yeah.
And it sat over this little creek, so it was self-flushing. It was like
okay. Yeah.
Executive outhouse.
I've never used the outhouse. I know my mother has. I haven't. I've never even been in the outhouse. As far as the porta potty, probably the closest thing I've ever been to an outhouse, and those are disgusting.
I was just gonna say, do you ever use a porta potty? It's pretty much the same thing.
Yeah, but pretty much you know who uses the outhouse. It's not 40,000 people.
Yeah. My one aunt, we used to always go to her place in the summertime. We called it Camp Eva because they lived like out of town and they had an outhouse and stuff. But
yeah,
the one year she told 2 of her sons, because every so often they'd have to move the outhouse, because it was just like a hole in the ground.
Yep.
She said about moving the outhouse, and the geniuses that they were, they tore down the old outhouse before digging the hole for the new one.
Yeah, morons. People usually just moved out. That was probably an old outhouse though, but a lot of times they just moved the outhouse, dig a new hole.
Yeah.
Move the outhouse.
as I was saying that, I was thinking, well, they shouldn't have had to tear it down. It might have been that they like moved it and filled in the hole. You know,
then,
I forget now, because I was young at the time, but I just know there was like a big thing. How stupid can you be?
Yeah. All right.
Let's.
Okay, nerdy. That sounds good, though. Yeah, you always need a hole. A hole, that is. All right, I'm going to play this. Let me go back to the songs and go back to that first one. We'll listen to. I heard this one a little bit. It sounded good. And we'll listen to this one. And then we'll listen to the other one. We'll see which one's better.
Every morning in the town you could see him appear with a cam in his hand and a smirk in his beard. He ain't breaking laws, just recording the scene, but to tyrants and Karens he's mean and obscene. Think? Think. Bad think. Think. Nobody seemed to know where he called home, just a backpack, shades, and a cell phone. He don't talk much, just lets the lens roll, and when cops step close, he hits record bowl fame. Somebody said he came from Tennessee, filled a federal building, made it history. Caught a badge out of line with a sneer and a scoff, made him go viral and get ridden of fame. First Amendment fame. Then came the day at the DMV line when a guard said, "Sir, you're crossing the line." They blocked his lens and reached for his cam, but they didn't understand the rights of this man. Think. Through the crowd and the noise and the clueless fear, he stood calm and firm with his voice so clear. Said, "I'm in public, this ain't no crime," then dropped statutes and codes like a battle rhyme. Think. Think. Fearless think. Then a sergeant showed up thinking he's the law, tried flexing hard like he seen a flaw. But Think just smiled, said you might want to check. That's a Bivens claim about to land on your neck. So they backed it down and gave him space while folks watched live from every place. That video racked up 1 million views and made half the precincts sing the blues. Fake. Bad think. Now they never mess with him round that town. They just nod and wave when he comes around. A legend lives in that mirrored lens where the people's rights have got a friend. Fake. Dark sun for today. Bad thing. If you know, you know.
All right, I'm gonna play the other one. Now, the prompt was that he recorded. I didn't say nothing about he's an A1. I didn't say nothing about motor vehicle. I didn't say where he was from. It put all that in there, so I have to work on it. But it sounds
I figured
good.
you didn't mention Tennessee for it.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I liked it.
Yeah, it sounds good. It was a little different when I started listening.
Whoa.
More hip hop, like.
Every morning in the town you can see him appear with a cam in his hand and a smirk in his beard. He ain't breaking laws, just recording the scene, but the tyrants and Karens, he's mean and obscene. Think. Nobody seemed to know where he called home, just a backpack, shades, and a cell phone. He don't talk much, just lets the lens roll, and when cops step close, he hits record bowl fink. Somebody said he came from Tennessee, filmed a federal billing that made it history. Called a badge out of line with a sneer and a scoff, made him go viral and get ridden up. Think. First Amendment think. Then came the day at the DMV line when a guard said, "Sir, you're crossing the line." They blocked his lens and reached for his cam, but they didn't understand the rights of this man. Fake. Through the crowd and the noise and the clueless fear, he stood calm and firm with his voice so clear. Said, "I'm in public, this ain't no crime." Then dropped statutes and codes like a battle rhyme. Think, fearless think. Then a sergeant showed up thinking he's the law, tried flexing hard like he's seen a flaw. But Fink just smiled, said you might want to check. That's a Bivens claim about to land on your neck. So they backed it down and gave him space while folks watched live from every place. That video racked up 1 million views and made half the precinct sing the blues. Now they never mess with him around that town. They just nod and wave when he comes around. A legend lives in that mirrored lens where the people's rights have got a friend. Bang, darn song for today. Bad, bad thing. If you know, you know.
So that's good. I think the first one, that's the one that we listened to first, was better.
Yeah, I like the first one better too.
It's like catchier, right? I don't know.
Yeah.
All right. What is he saying here? Something about if they mess with him, they catch a what? Bivens. Let me find the word. I don't know what that is. I gotta find it here in the lyrics. Where is it at? Yeah. Bivens. That's a Bivens or Bivens claim. What is that? Is that a thing? Let me look it up.
What was it?
Bivens. I'll tell you here in a second. Biven or Bivens or Bivens claim?
I'm not sure.
That's what it says in the song, but it's a legal action that allows individuals to sue federal employees. Oh, okay, for violations of constitution. Oh, that's right. If they block the camera, that's what they do say that.
Okay. Yeah.
They're not allowed to block it because in the song he comes up and puts his hand over the camera or what have you, and he says, "Hey, that's whatever," and then they leave him alone in the motor vehicle. But you know that never happens. You get kicked out. Okay, got to learn my laws, right? That's from 1971. Bivens or Bivens versus 6 unknown named agents of Federal Bureau of Narcotics. So that was back in 71. So someone was recording them doing whatever they do, and they were probably doing something they weren't supposed to do, and they were probably trying to stop him from recording. And well, they did, because he ended up taking them to court. Yeah, Bane. Okay. That's what I hear them always say, nerdy. But in the song, it could, well, I typed it in and it comes up Bivens or Bivens. I think he said Bivin in the song. I think that's how it pronounced it. I'm gonna make the song say big bad Fink. We can't be had that. The Fink does sound funny. Fink. Like where's Finkel from? I know he's from New York, but is there a county out there?
Yeah, I'm not sure. It's upstate.
Okay. That's good enough. It's in the video, but I'm not looking that shit up. You got one coming?
No, I gotta redo it.
Damn, dyslexia. You're telling me, man. You know how many times I want to write state, I spell it wrong. The T is always in front of the S. I don't know why.
I wrote one up, and when I copied it in, it starts off saying, "Here's a fun song parody." You know. See if this is any better. Yeah, let's see if this is any good. Can you hear it?
Yes.
Okay.
Every town has a legend, and this one's got a man with a lens in his hand. You hear his name, and folks just nod. A man who stands tall, never needs a facade. He walks real slow with a GoPro glare. My clipped on, got that don't you dare. Hits the streets with a righteous cause, testing rights and breaking laws. Big Finkel, big bad Finkel. He don't blink when the sirens blare, just films them all with a steel cold stare. Security barks, he just won't budge. He quotes the law and he don't judge. Big Finkel, big bad fate. He fears no badge, no man, no gate. But there's one gal who seals his fate. She's got a lasso and a justice streak, calls Wonder Woman and he gets weak. Big Finkel, big bad Finkel. He's got a houseboy from south of the line. Keeps some lenses clean and mighty fine. Wipes down the glass with a reverent hand for the sharpest shots in all the land. Big Finkel, big bad Finkel. Yeah, Finkel, real bad Finkel. They say rights are earned by those who stand with a tripod heart and a fielding hand. And when the lawmen get too near, he stands tall unless she appears. Big bad Finkel. Bad. Would you like me to record a version or turn this into a comic style?
Yeah, I hate when it does that.
Sure.
You over did the prompt there.
I think it was sounding okay. Yeah. I said he had a Mexican houseboy, and it said had a boy from south of the line or something like that.
See what it gives me now. Big bad Finkel. Big bad Finkel. The wrinkle.
Yeah, you know, that at the end there, the AI said, "Do you want me to make this into an image or a recording?" I said, "Yeah, make it a recording." It goes, "Yeah, I can't do that."
Why did it ask?
Like, yes. Yeah.
Yeah. I see Nerdy's still struggling with the old internets, but she's still there.
She ain't no quitter.
How much does Finkel weigh? About 220, right? I say 220. Good.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah, he's not that big. I mean, as far as, you know, he's tall. He's not that wide. Don't want to hurt no one's feelings and say fat, because, you know, fat doesn't exist here in this world. No such thing.
Yeah, especially while Howard's here.
Yeah. We know how sensitive he gets. All right, we got the new version coming up. I think this is going to be better. And I'm going to try to make this long in Suno. I doubt it, though. I don't have a country. I wish I had a country personality I could use.
Yeah.
I do. I have to go through the list though. I haven't made one, but okay. Let's change the name of the song to Big Bad Simple. Oh, Big Bad Fink. Oh, see? That's why we say you're sensitive. Yep. Got his feelings all hurt. Okay. Drop this name over here. Oh, I gotta get that prompt. That's what it is. Well, looks like it's gonna make it. Okay. We'll listen to this one here. It'll take a while to make those over there. How can you go home when you're already there? You mean you're just gonna go to the other room and avoid us? All right, let's see what we got here. Details, yes.
Every morning in the town, you could see him arrive. He stood 6'4" and weighed 220 alive. Kinda tall and lean with a camera in hand. And everybody knew, don't mess with the man. Big Fink, Big Bad Fink. Nobody seemed to know where he called home, but he's from upstate New York, walks the streets alone. Now he's down in Fairfax County, VA, and he don't go inside, just a sidewalk all day. Big Fink. Somebody said he's got nerves of steel, film in public and he won't appeal. Stays on the street where the law don't lie, and if you cross him wrong, you best step aside. Big Fink. Oh, Big Fink, Big Bad Fink. There came the day on a public street when a cop got mad, tried to force him to leave. Fink just smiled and kept his cam rolling. Check the law, I'm not trespassing. Through the noise and the crowd on a busy block, he stood calm and firm, rooted to the sidewalks. As I from Leon, you make me to go the sleeping know your bill, and I tried him with Big Fink. Players box and never been screwed, but plus around like a thing. It could be on a leader like a Lee Fink, and we don't cut him down on Lee.
Made up a whole bunch of words.
Big Bad Fink. Been searching your stick, got a mouse and egg, chilled from dinner, the food I like. Cry, but then I
this
got
song
some voice. Even like red. Say, take the day you're from his face. Got my hand messed up, listen, milk in the mirror and mess. Are you die toch laatste got fake? Big Fink. Dance on for the break. with that thing. So you go through and walk that.
Rock and roll or anything else.
Big thing. Big thing. Love deep thing. And nothing small to me. Big thing. With the dive. With a furrow shade. My folks all around must always slang. No alien lives in that mirrored lens. But breath facts topping out of land stage. Big.
I hate when it doesn't stick to the lyrics and it does that craziness. It does it from time to time. I should have turned the thing on, but I didn't. See if this one. It started off good and then it went to hell.
I like the style.
Yeah. It's more of rock and roll though. I don't know.
Every morning in the town, you could see him arrive. He stood 6'4" and weighed 220 alive, kind of tall and lean with a camera in hand. And everybody knew, don't mess with the man. Big thing. Big bad thing. Nobody seemed to know where he called home. But he's from upstate New York, walks the streets alone. Now he's down in Fairfax County, VA, and he don't go inside, just a sidewalk all day. Big think, big think. Big think. Somebody said he's got nerves of steel. Film in public and he won't appeal. Stays on the street where the law don't lie. And if you cross him wrong, you best step aside. Big thing. Big, big thing, big thing. Then came the day on a public street when a cop got mad, tried to force him to leave. Fink just smiled and kept his cam rolling, said, check the law, I'm not trespassing. Big thing. Through the noise in the crowd on the busy block, he stood calm and firm, rooted to the sidewalk. Said, I'm on public land, can't make me go and see the court cases like a legal pro. Big thing, thing, thing. Big bad thing. Then a sergeant showed up, called him out his name. Tried to flex on Fink, thought he played that game. But Fink just stood tall, didn't move an inch. Said, I know my rights, you won't make me flinch. So they stepped it back, let him film on the scene, while folks online watched the whole thing clean. And that video hit like a media quake, with Fairfax talking about the mistake. Big thing. Now they don't bother him around that town, they just nod and wave when he walks around. The legend lives in that mirrored lens where the people's rights have got a friend. Big thing. Dirt's on for today. Big, big fake, you know.
Yeah, that was good. Somebody gonna let him up?
Oh, I guess. Let me see if my reworked one is any better.
Every town has a legend, and this one's got a man with a lens in his hand. You hear his name and folks just nod. A man who stands tall, never needs a facade. Every town has a legend, and this one's got a man with a lens in his hand. You hear his name and folks just nod. A man who stands tall, never needs a facade.
Can you hear the audio on this one?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's coming through clear.
He walks real slow with the GoPro glare. Mike clipped on, got the don't you dare. Hits the streets with the righteous cause, testing rights and breaking laws. Big Finko, big bad Finko. He don't blink when the sirens glare, just films them all with the steel cold stare. Security barks, he just won't budge. He quotes the law and he don't judge. Big Finko, big bad Finko. He fears no badge, no man, no gate. But there's one gal who seals his fate. She's got a lasso in a Justice Street. Cross Wonder Woman and he gets away. Big Finko, big bad Finko. His houseboy Ariel from south of the line keeps him clean and mighty fine. Wipes down the glass with a reverent hand for the sharpest shots in all the land. Big Finko, big bad Finko. Yeah, big Finko, real bad Finko. They say rights are earned by those who stand with a tripod heart and a film in hand. And when the lawmen get too near, he stands tall unless he appears. Big bad Finko.
I like yours better.
Finko, 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 Finko.
You know, you guys know I'm in a program of recovery, right?
Yeah.
We go initially because of our drinking, but we stay because of our thinking.
Okay.
The free beer advertisements aren't what trigger me. I continue to go after I beat the habit of drinking because I have to be reminded that I'm not the center of the universe. So I just get home from an AA meeting reminded that I'm not the center of the universe. And what do I see? My psychopants writing songs about me.
That just lets you know. That just lets you know where we have you on that pedestal. Okay, we think of you highly.
Well, it's a long ways down if I fall off this pedestal.
Well, you can use a parachute, man. The Todd paratrooper or whatever, one of those guys can teach you how to.
Oh, yeah.
I'd have to repel because I never used the parachute.
Okay, then repel. Okay, yeah. Tie yourself up.
I used to have psychopaths. I had to get rid of them. They kept trying to strangle my nuts.
Yeah. I had a pair of those back in the 70s. They had those.
Oh boy.
They had those crazy, multiple color stripes on them. They were wild.
Oh, like President Ford. Did you have those? You had those golf pants, those weird 1970s golf pants.
Do you have the checker pattern?
I don't remember the pattern actually.
For some reason, I don't know if you ever watched the old cartoons when they have like the checkered suits, and like the checkers move funny on the suit. You know, the square. Yeah. The suit's freaking me out, man.
How you guys doing tonight?
All right. Oh, there's more music. There's 2 more Finkel songs that you haven't heard, plus the ones that you didn't hear before.
2 more.
Yeah.
Well, you guys suck up all you want. I'm not raising your pay because, well,
evidently.
Yes, Howard, it is very hard to be humble.
When you're
especially
perfect
hanging around
in
these.
every way.
Hell,
You know, Muckster. This is the only place I've ever worked that it actually costs me money to work here.
Ain't that the truth?
Yeah.
Yeah, Howard, that used to be one of my old, well, we don't want to trigger Finkel, but drinking songs. Oh, Lord, it's hard to be humble.
It's not the drinking, it's the thinking.
Howard's got it. The black and white checkered pants, pale blue polyester golf shirt, and spikes. Yeah.
I remember when they made fun of Obama because he had an all-white suit, and I'm thinking, I'm trying to remember, I was a young kid, but I'm trying to remember the image of President Ford. I'm like, how come nobody made fun of that?
You know who I've never seen golf? And I know he golfs. Is
Yeah.
the Orange Man.
The Orange Man golfs, but
Yeah. I've never even seen him, a picture of him even swinging a
yeah.
Oh, yeah, they show them a lot.
Do they? I've never seen one.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't go out looking for him either, so.
Chevy Chase.
Oh, Chevy Chase, yes. And what's the name of that movie? Caddyshack. Yes.
Oh yeah, he was good in Caddyshack. Well, I liked him in a lot of his movies, but yeah, Caddyshack was a good one.
I liked what was the one where he changed into all these different characters? Was he a reporter?
Oh, Fletch.
Fletch, yeah.
Yeah, that was good.
He was a basketball player. He was all kind of different characters in the movie.
I like it when he was Harley Davidson.
Okay, yeah.
Kind of a dweeby Harley Davidson. But all the bikers loved him.
Yeah. All right, let's play that other song.
All right, let's inflate my ego.
Yes, sir. It can only get better.
Nick, you been around tonight or?
No.
No.
She may be watching and laughing.
Hi, Nikki.
You hear what I said, right? She may be watching and laughing, enjoying these songs.
Yeah.
We have no idea.
Oh. Carrie. Anybody seen Carrie lately?
No.
Yesterday. Last night.
Oh, he came to movie night?
He was around for a little bit.
Okay.
All right. We good? I didn't mean to interrupt your conversation there.
Interrupt. I'm just a guest here. Guest star. Apparently. Oh, Big Bad Finkel. I did not put Big Bad on there.
Well, who else could have done it? What did we watch? Oh, we watched The Magnificent Seven, the remake.
Oh, I've been playing this song and thinking it was up there, and it's not. My bad. That'll happen, right?
Yeah, it happens to the best of us.
Look at this. I'm almost quarter way through the song, man. That's why I was talking. I was like, oh, I didn't mean to interrupt your conversation. But I thought the music was playing while you was talking. I didn't want to do that.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Every morning in the town, you could see him arrive. He stood 6'4" and weighed 220 alive. Kinda tall and lean with a camera in hand. And everybody knew, don't mess with the man, Big Fat. Big Bad Fat. Nobody seemed to know where he called home, but he's from upstate New York, walks the streets alone. Now he's down in Fairfax County, VA, and he don't go inside, just a sidewalk all day, Big Fat. Somebody said he's got nerves of steel. Film in public and he won't appeal. Stays on the street where the law don't lie, and if you cross him wrong, you best step aside. Big Fat. Big Bad Fat. Then came the day on a public street when a cop got mad, tried to force him to leave. Fink just smiled and kept his cam rolling, said, check the law, I'm not trespassing. Big Fink, through the noise and the crowd on the busy block, he stood calm and firm, rooted to the sidewalk. Said, I'm on public land, can't make me go. Then cited court cases like a legal pro. Big Fink, big bad Fink. Then a sergeant showed up, called him out his name, tried to flex on Fink, thought he'd play that game. But Fink just stood tall, didn't move an inch. Said, I know my rights, you won't make me flinch. So they stepped it back, let him film on the scene, while folks online watched the whole thing clean. And that video hit like a media quake, with Fairfax talking about the mistake. Big Fink, big bad Fink. Now they don't bother him, but in Randy Town they just nod and wave when he walks around. The legend lives in that mirrored lens, where the people's rights have got a friend. Big Fink, darn son for the day. Big, big Fink. If you know, you know. Every morning in the town you could see him arrive. He stood 6'4" and weighed 220 alive. Kinda tall and lean with a camera in hand, and everybody knew, don't mess with the man. Big Fink, big bad Fink. Nobody seemed to know where he called home, but he's from upstate New York, walks the streets alone. Now he's down in Fairfax County, VA, and he don't go inside, just a sidewalk all day. Big Fink. Somebody said he's got nerves of steel, film in public and he won't appeal. Stays on the street where the law don't lie, and if you cross him wrong, you best step aside. Big Fink. Big bad Fink. Then came the day on a public street when a cop got mad, tried to force him to leave. Fink just smiled and kept his cam rolling, said, check the law, I'm not trespassing. Big through the northern crowd on the busy block, he stood calm and firm, rooted to the sidewalk. Said, I'm on public land, can't make me go. Then cited court cases like a legal pro. Big Fink. Big bad Fink. Then a sergeant showed up, called him out his name, tried to flex on Fink, thought he'd play that game. But Fink just stood tall, didn't move an inch. Said, I know my rights, you won't make me flinch. So they stepped it back, let him film on the scene, while folks online watched the whole thing clean. And that video hit like a media quake, with Fairfax talking about the mistake. Big Fink. Big bad Fink. Now they don't bother him around that town, they just nod and wave when he walks around. The legend lives in that mirrored lens, where the people's rights have got a friend. Big Fink. During song for the day. Fink. Big, big Fink. If you know, you know.
And yes, the lyrics are the same. It records 2 songs, Finkel. Just records it 2 different ways with the same lyrics. Yes.
And no, Howard, I didn't marry Witchy Pooh from HR Puff and stuff. I married her uglier sister.
Oh.
I don't know who Witchy Pooh from HR Puff and stuff is.
Oh, you would know if you saw her.
Oh,
yeah. And her, well, she's got to be real ugly sister.
Hmm. Yeah, she ugly. Although I didn't think so when I was drunk and married her. So, how have you guys been doing other than writing songs about your hero?
Just hanging out.
Hanging out and writing hero worship songs. Okay.
Yeah.
Although I did like the Ariel birthday song in
Yeah, that was
Mexico.
cool. Yeah. Yeah, that come out real good. I was telling him that earlier.
Although I didn't know you were from Mexico. I thought you were from Guatemala.
You know, I almost said Colombia in it.
I'm not trying to get sent further down south. I want to be as close as possible. That way I can get back. They send me down there. I got to go through, more countries to get to this one.
Are you familiar with a town or city's border being called the corporate limits?
No.
Well,
I've heard that before, yeah.
There's a new city in Texas that has corporate limits. It's a corporate city.
Oh, okay.
The Texas whatever system allowed Elon Musk to steal public beach land and call it his city, Starling City or some shit like that.
Well, the whole United States is a corporation itself.
Different corporation.
Yeah,
Well,
I get
maybe,
that.
maybe it's now all SpaceX or Tesla or whatever. Oh my God.
Well, since you're online now, should we switch locations? We were going to go over to yours at 10:15 anyway.
I forgot I set that up. I got a 10:15 date with the internet. I'm okay here, there, everywhere, nowhere. Whatever you guys are in the mood for.
Well, there's that one.
I don't have a specific time in mind.
Move over there. We might pick up a few more people.
If you like. Incorporated cities eventually creep out into the country and force you to get sewers and gas lines.
No, I had to do that.
We don't have gas lines. I liked having piped in gas when I lived in Pittsburgh. It's a lot more convenient than having to call to order oil and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. All right. Propane or oil being delivered. I remember those days.
Yeah, well, gas goes boom, boom,
Yeah.
Either way, they have their goods and bads. But yeah, I believe this house is not tied into gas. It had propane.
All right. What does this say? Either one walk to end veteran suicide. Oh. Old Town Alexandria, June 22nd at 1 p.m. Well, yes, Holly, I think I do that. Why, yes.
Can she hear you?
Like I'm typing as I'm. Looks like my kind of March. Yeah.
So out here, most people have heat pumps, which is just central air, and a lot of people have gas logs. So it's just propane outside, and you have a fake like fireplace, but it does heat up the whole house. So if you ever lose power, electricity, or what have you, that thing that'll keep it warm.
In the summer we do okay, but in the winter to keep warm, I just walk around the neighborhood asking people to pull my finger.
She's such a nag.
Nurturing and guidance. She nagged me today, and then she apologized. I was helping her out with her car, and
Nice.
when I went to pick up her car, she nagged at me a little bit. I didn't take it as nagging, and then by the time I was coming back, she apologized for nagging. I said, "You weren't nagging. You're giving nurturing and guidance."
That's when you know they've got you, when you don't even notice the nagging anymore.
Yeah, that's called a mental block. You know, your brain has that thing that blocks it, so that all you hear is Nikki womp 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 womp, but you don't hear nothing. You know.
Yeah, I remember a commercial from a couple of years ago. It was like, I think it was there was the candy. This guy deserves a Klondike bar. That's what it was.
Oh, yeah. Those are great. Yeah.
They show the guy is sitting at the breakfast table and he's reading the paper, and the wife is going on and on about, so then Susie did this and Cheryl was doing this, and she goes, and Jessica, you remember Jessica? And the husband goes, yes, she's the one that married that carpenter, right? And the wife just like stops and looks at him, like, like stunned. And that's when the narrator goes, you listened to your wife's story. This man deserves a Klondike bar.
Yeah.
Mrs. Finkel, Father's Day, 1998. I come home from 24-hour duty, and she said, "Are you going to deliver pizza today?" I'm like, "No, I just got off 24-hour duty. I'm going to catch some sleep." "I need the money. You have to go deliver pizza." Okay. I guess I can see if they need any drivers today. What maybe can I get something for breakfast? What? I got to cook for you every night?
Jeez.
No, but maybe when I'm getting off 24-hour duty and you push me out the door to deliver pizza. Okay, fast forward to Holly today. Why didn't you shave today? Well, I wasn't really planning on seeing you. I just got out here to get your car. Okay. And then a couple hours later, I want to apologize for nagging at you. That's not nagging. What happened on Father's Day 1998 is nagging. And no, I'm not holding a grudge. It's just an example on my grudge list.
This is why you drank, because of that reason right there.
No, I drank because I was an alcoholic, but I sure didn't have any inclination to stop drinking.
Makes your ears go numb so you don't hear. The thing was, Finkel, she needed you to get the pizzas because I needed gas money for my car, and she was getting ready to make me breakfast, not you. So just saying.
Yeah. Well, I was going to say maybe she just needed you to get out of the house.
Yeah, pretty much.
The irony was
she probably had a chance. Yeah.
The irony was she did have internet flings, and sometimes she made arrangements for them to meet her. And when she kept pushing me out the door to deliver pizza to get a few bucks every fucking night, the girlfriend immediately after the divorce was the manager of that pizza place.
Mm.
Yeah.
She didn't understand how I could find somebody else. She's cheating on me. She's pushing me out the door to the place of business where that somebody else is. And now we're going through a divorce. Gee, how could I dare date Jeannie? Now, Jeannie turned out to be a bitch too, but at least she was less of a bitch than the ex-wife. Yeah.
That was the girlfriend was like weaning you off.
Yeah.
You know,
Jeannie was a little bit less of a bitch. God, I can't remember her name. Cynthia was even less of a bitch. And I think I keep trading up here. And then when it finally came time for Holly, I'm like, actually, when I met Holly, I was done. I'm like, I'm going to be.
Now.
I'm sorry?
Now you're the bitch.
No, I'm the bitch. Yeah. That's true. I am the bitch. Yeah. And I got warts on my nose, according to the chat. Right, Nerdy? She said I had a wart on my nose. Made me look. What?
You know, I just remind when you said about you were actually done. I used to have this friend. I went to college with her. When I was living in Pittsburgh, she was living just across town. Her name was Jamie, and she had been my roommate's girlfriend. But anyway, and she was one of these ones that was always in bed by 9 o'clock. And so I'd be sitting there some nights, and my phone would ring. It'd be like 11 o'clock. And I'd pick it up and I'd go, hello. And she'd say, hey, Muck, what are you doing? I'd say, oh, nothing, just sitting here waiting for Carson to come on or whatever, you know. And so the next few minutes would be her just like talking about her day at work or her. And meanwhile, I'd be sitting there thinking to myself, come on, Jamie, get to it. Come on, Jamie, get to it. Well, and she'd say, well, I was up and I called because you're the only one I know that would be up this late at night. You know, so I just keep thinking, come on, Jamie, come on. You're going to get to it eventually. Finally, she'd go, Muck, I think I'm just giving up on men. You know, and it's like, okay, now we can start on why you actually called.
Well, that alarm you just heard was my reminder that I set up a show at 10:15. I can stay here. I can go over there.
You go over there.
If I'm going over there, I need to reboot my internet to make sure I stay clear. Although I've been clear so far on this one. You guys have a better StreamYard than me? Maybe that's it.
Yeah, let's go on over there. I'd mentioned that to Ariel, I think before we even went on the air, that we were saying we'd join you over there at 10:15. So
yeah,
I forgot I set that up, and in fact, when I set up, I'm thinking, okay, in the next few hours, I'm going to think of a topic, and then one thing led to another, and I actually got home. I'm like, fuck, I'm tired, and I saw you guys on. I'm like, let's go see what they're talking about. All right, I'm going to reboot my internet, and then I'll be over there in a few minutes.
All right.
Okay.
Cheerio.
Cheerio. Oh, that's what I left out of the song, the Cheerio.
Yeah, we should go over and start his without him.
That would be funny.
Let's do it.
All right, we'll see y'all.
You guys,
see y'all over there.
Yeah, hopefully I put the right link in there, but if not, you'll be able to find it easy enough once it goes live.
Yeah.
I'm so glad we had this time together, just to have a laugh or sing a song. Seems we just get started, and before you know it, comes the time